Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. You may hear in my voice that I sound pretty shitty, and I know why. I've been weighed down by a number of things this past week that have kind of affected me physically as well. Saturday, I was taking a trip through Scottsdale when I saw a county fair kind of event, and I talked about in other videos I had trouble going to those events because some of the rides require two riders, and it's very difficult to get people to ride with me for some bizarre reason. Like, even the people at the fairground usually are not very accommodating. And so as I was sitting at a traffic light looking at that, I thought, should I go in there and make a scene about it? You know, do a little bit of protesting, a little civil disobedience, if you will. My thought was, I've been thinking about doing this, but obviously I need to round out all the corners before I actually try it, is to go line up as normal, get to the front of the line and talk to the attendant, talk to the people there. Hopefully I just get on the ride somehow, right? If not, I'm going to go onto the platform and maybe sit down on the ride and say, I'm here to ride this Ferris wheel. Why don't you figure out... I'll wait here until you figure out some way to accommodate me. The reason I haven't done this yet is because I have a tendency to lose my cool. And I don't want it to play out badly. Right now I'm kind of busy, and if I end up hauled away in jail, it's not going to do me any good in terms of my career and other things that I have going on at the moment. So I want there to be some time and space for me to do this. I also want to do it somewhere else, I think, because here in the Phoenix area you have a lot of people who are not very fluent with English, and we don't need to throw language barrier on top of the confusion that this is going to bring about, right? So I'm actually thinking of going back to Seattle to try this. I'll probably have better luck with language and connection. Not that I have a problem with Spanish-speaking people, don't get me wrong, but the fluidity of how this goes down is very important. Okay, so that was weighing me down. Recently, I've been taking time to be more mindful with my eating habits. Yesterday at the office, I saw somebody take a big bite out of a burger, and it kind of grossed me out. And it not only did it gross me out physically, but it made me think about the future of our office work now that we're all back in the office. It felt like we didn't learn anything from the last 3 years when we had plenty of time to eat. And if that's how we're eating a year after returning from a pandemic, imagine what it's like 10, 20 years later, right? And already work-life balance is already a very tough thing for a lot of people to accomplish. And so I went to the bathroom, and I was grossed out, and I was also crying about this. And anyway, and then as I come home and make my bismuth art, as you guys can see, getting ready to go to another art show at some of my Ganeshas, it occurred to me, I'm kind of a piece of bismuth in a world full of gold, right? I might be that rare thing that can do various things. Bismuth is very good for a semiconductor. You obviously can't anodize gold into all sorts of colors like that. But for some reason, people have not seen the value in me just yet, right? Well, the problem is that if a lot of people are undervaluing bismuth, at least you could take advantage of it, right? You can't take advantage of people undervalue your human capital, right? That's the unfortunate part of it, right? There's no buy the dip kind of equivalent with human capital, right? All right, so I had a confluence of challenges that weighed me down physically this week, and toward the end I felt kind of ill. I'm going to test myself for COVID-19. I don't think it's COVID-19. I think it's mostly the mental health bringing down my physical health. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.